Coming up next, my guest is a guy who has over 30 characters in his head, has a total social media following of over 600,000 and the total reach of his videos over 100 million. He is very well known for doing the accents, but today he is going to tell us a bit more than that, or a little bit too much more about that. Guess who it is? What are you doing here? I am here to interview you. Okay, go ahead. Hello everybody. Today we will be interviewing our special guest, Shadi Tommy. And he is coming with a very talented background. He is having, let us just get right into it. I'll start asking you the questions, okay? How did you start? I started by impersonating people. I used to impersonate students, teachers, family members, friends, and I was that class clown, but not the naughty type. But I kept doing it for 15 years now, or even more, without knowing it's anything special. I just knew that it's something people enjoyed and that I enjoyed as well. But then one day, I had the courage to post on social media, and I say I had the courage because I am very, very, very uncomfortable posting videos of myself. And eventually, after a few videos, some videos started going viral, and I noticed that many people are enjoying it, people from all over the world, from different backgrounds, and I'm like, this is for me. Okay, so how about you tell our audience, what is the first video that you are putting on your channel? The first video would be, I used to use the Dubsmash app before doing accents or any of those stuff. Before anyone really knew who I was, I used to post videos of me, just very short videos of me just reenacting a scene from a movie, but like there's no audio, it's just my expressions. And my friends noticed that, you know, there's something special about this. They're like, you can act, you know, you can be funny. And then that's when I started working more on my content, and eventually some of them went viral. Actually, it is sounding very similar to my story, so I feel you, bro. Anyways, why accents? I grew up in the UAE, and I'm surrounded by people from different backgrounds and cultures, and each of them have their own accent. I use that to create fictional characters. So the characters I act out aren't real, they're not based on real life, real people. And you can play around a lot with accents. A lot of puns could be made up from accents. Yes, that is true actually. You know, it depends on the mood, you know, how you want to spice it up. You can switch the accent. But accents is just one of the things I do. I love acting. I love comedy. I also love hosting shows like yourself. So tell me, which one is your favorite accent? I mean, obviously it is Indian, huh? But you know. Well, Indian is one of my favorite accents, but each of them has their own special rhythm. You know, like the Indians like, oh, what is wrong with you, yaar? You know, it's very expressive. It has that, it can be serious, but at the same time, it's not scary serious, you know? And the Filipino is more like, you know, it calms you down. Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. Why are you angry? You know, it's very calming. But, you know, the list goes on and on. Each one has their own special effect. So, how exactly did this change your life? Well, my life obviously has changed to the better, much better. It gives me great joy when anyone approaches me or messages me and tells me about how I made his or her day better. So for me, I am impacting the world positively. So it's about the people, and it's also about me, obviously, because I also enjoy this. I enjoy what I do. I have great passion towards it, and it makes me happy. This reminds me a lot of myself, so I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit emotional. So, could you say that this is your true motivation? Yeah, this is my main motivation. This is what keeps me going. I know that I am the cause of at least a couple, I can't speak in numbers because it can range. You know, there are some days where I can make hundreds of thousands or millions laugh, and some days I make a few hundreds or a few thousands. But for me, as long as I'm making one extra person smile or feel better, that is a great motivation.
Well, you definitely got this one smiling today, huh? So tell me one thing. How are you able to mix the comedy with the business?
Okay, so you can do both
Yeah.
because comedians or actors or entertainers or artists in general can be business people as well. So you could turn this into a business and you could also manage a completely different business. So I have always had ideas of different businesses that I would want to work on. And not all of them work. I mean, a lot of them ended up going nowhere. But I still have some in mind, and this is something that's not going to replace what I currently do. It's just something that complements it.
So tell me, we are all having red lines. What is your red line?
Red lines would be no politics, no religion, no discrimination, no hate, no violence. A lot of my audience are kids, so I make sure that I don't do any dirty jokes, even if they're like innocent kind of dirty jokes. I would never do that.
I am definitely with you 100%. Comedy should be innocent, always. So on that subject, why did you choose comedy?
I didn't choose comedy, comedy chose me. I never, ever, ever, ever thought I would be a comedian. For me, life is about trying, and I tried it. Just like I tried performing on stage. I thought that's something that I would never do, even after I got into comedy. I'm like, I would never perform.
I am completely relating to everything you are telling. Huh? It's like we are reading each other's minds. Huh? How did life in the UAE influence your work?
When you live in the UAE, you're exposed to many different cultures, many different kinds of people. It inspires my work. I couldn't have done what I do. It's not just about the accents. It's about meeting people from very different backgrounds. Like, I get inspired by real life events. Obviously, the characters are fictional, but I get inspired a lot from things around me. And UAE has been very inspirational in my work.
Very important question. That is the last. How do you stay original and stay true?
I stay original and stay true by being myself. I believe that life is way more than just sleeping, waking up, eating, going to work. This, for me, is too normal. And I don't think we're meant to live a normal life. We shouldn't even live a somewhat normal life. We should be living lives which are, you don't have to be crazy. Just try different stuff. Explore. You may hate some things, you may love them, but you've got to try. Because if you don't try, how would you ever know?
So tell me, you handsome man, you, what is your life motto? Stay original, stay true.